Sunday afternoon in Chicago. It's the start of the second quarter. The Chicago Bulls are beating the Golden State Warriors. The Bulls are within 3/4 of wrapping up a Western Conference title. And suddenly, Love goes to Thurman. Butter will pop back outside. He'll hit the jump shot. Chicago has gone up by 9. But on this afternoon, Golden State will not quit. Led by Rick Barry, back they come. They put in 4 quick hoops. Barry starts them off with the first 2. He comes away with 36 points. It's not a one-man team. They've got a guard named Charles Johnson who can burn you, and they've got the Rookie of the Year in Keith Wilkes. Golden State wins Game 6. And so here tonight in Oakland, we have that dramatic confrontation, the 7th game of the Western Conference Final.
Give it all you got, take your very best shot, and may the best team win. The time is now, the name of the game is action. They're on the floor and they're ready to score, so let the game begin. And let's see how the ball's gonna bounce today. Welcome to NBA. Come on and join the rest of the crowd. There's another classic about to come your way. You'll see the best in basketball.
NBA playoffs, sponsored by the new Volkswagen Rabbit. Happy days are here again. And by Sears Tire and Auto Centers, home of the Sears steel-belted radial tire.
When you watch the NBA on CBS, NBA on CBS.
At the Oakland Coliseum Arena, the Chicago Bulls have just been introduced, and now 13,000 fans come to their feet. Their favorites, the Golden State Warriors, are about to be introduced to this standing room only capacity crowd here in Oakland, California. An unbelievable story. A team that wasn't even supposed to make the playoffs. Here they are, battling in the 7th game, trying to beat the Chicago Bulls to take on Washington. And out they come, one by one. Al Attle's Warriors. First man out is guard Charles Johnson. Butch Beard will be the second guard who will be introduced here in Oakland tonight. The crowd's still on its feet. We are going to have a din here tonight that will be unbelievable. Good evening, everybody. This is Brent Musburger along with Oscar Robertson. Clifford Ray has just come out now for the center, and of course the forwards will come out. Here in Oakland, they always save Rick Barry for last. And then you can listen and see as this crowd explodes one more time out here in Oakland. As I said before, no one expected this to go to a 7th game, but here they are. Oscar, what should the fans look for here in this game?
I think the fans got to look for Golden State to run with the basketball, because that's their game, Brett. I must say this about Golden State Warriors. If Clifford Ray stays in the game and stays away from foul trouble, look out, because he makes them go inside. He's the guy who's going to key on Van Leer. Whenever Van Leer drives, he's going to leave his man, either Bullwinkle or Thurman, and drop back to help out on the defense.
Chicago Bulls breaking their pregame huddle away from Dick Motta. Nate Thurman patting Tom Bullwinkle on the seat of his pants. What a story that has been. Thurman the starter all year. Bullwinkle has taken over in the playoffs, and he will start. But he and Nate will break time evenly. As Rick Barry puts the chewing gum in his mouth, he's ready to go to work. Quickest hands in the West. He'll take his first shot coming out of the locker room. He has got to score for this team tonight. Every time he's been over 30 points, they have come away a winner.
You know, I was talking to Bob Love before the game, and he said there are only 2 forwards who can really stay with him in the league. And he said Rick Barry is one of them. He said the rest of them just don't match up to his play.
The starting lineups on your screen. Rick Barry will take Chet Walker, but at the other end, Bob Love will guard Rick Barry. Richie Powers gets ready to toss up the ball. He's working with Darryl Garrettson. Same 2 referees who officiated the 6th game. We're underway. Ray hits it a second time, goes back out of bounds. And the ball comes over to Chicago. Chicago likes to operate its offense in the first half away from Motta, so they are in front of him for the second half. Bullwinkle gives to Chet Walker. Barry has him. We go to Bullwinkle. Cliff Ray is on him. Norm Van Leer needs to penetrate. Left baseline shot, not there. Loose ball, out of bounds. Chicago, there's Garrettson.
You know, you talk about this Warrior team, Brett, as you said earlier, on paper they just don't match up with Chicago, but you shouldn't believe everything you read in the paper, because this game is played here right on this court. This is probably the 7th game right now.
Van Leer at the top of the circle gets inside and passes off to Chet. That time he probably should have taken his shot. Walker comes up on Berry.
Hey, knocked it in.
Chicago.
I noticed earlier that Golden State is going to double team Chet Walker and take a little of that first off of Rick Barry.
Butch Beard, number 21. Sloan has him. Here's Ray, waits for Berry. Berry tries to go back to Ray, deflected intercepted.
Great defense by Big Tom Bullwinkle that time. He got his hands up, deflected that pass.
Van Leer on the bounce to Bullwinkle, who's out of the center position. They don't belong over there. Now he gives it up. They come to Butter Love down in there. This floor is a foot wider on each side. May throw off the Chicago forwards. Turn around, Chet, 2 field goals.
And that's just what they're doing right now. They're working Barry. They're going to make him put some pressure on him and make him work in this game.
Beard handles the ball for Golden State. Brings it up and goes to Rick Barry. The Warriors looking for their first field goal. Barry tries to get it. Bullwinkle was there and he got it.
And Tom doesn't like that either, but it looked like Rick got around Bob Love, went to the basket. Bullwinkle tries to help out in this situation right here. We'll see what happens. Hey, got him on the head. A little Love tap, but not from Love.
It is unusual that the same 2 officials which worked the previous game come back to work the 7th game. It is a tribute to Powers and Gerritsen that they are back here on the West Coast. Golden State is up on the scoreboard. It's 4-1. Rick Barry with that underhanded shooting motion, taught to him by his father, who's deadly with it.
And right now the defense by Johnson, but looks like Van Leer got around it.
Van Leer with a penetration to Bullwinkle. That is what Chicago must do.
This is right. He's got to penetrate, but you notice what Clifford Ray did that time. He positioned himself right in that lane, and Van Leer charged him.
And they have taken it away from Van Leer. Van Leer is yelling down at Richie Powers. He called him on the offense down there at that end. So give Van Leer 1 foul, no basket on that last sequence. Here, Wilkes working against Chet Walker. Wilkes comes down to the right baseline, comes up firing. Jerry Sloan hits the boards.
They'll go with Wilkes a lot of times in situations like that to get one-on-one against Chet, but they have a lot of confidence in that young man.
I understand we have lost our video. We'll continue with the audio. Loose ball taken out by Charles Johnson of Golden State. Across the timeline. Pass to Keith Wilkes. Goes back to the free throw line. Johnson inside. He's got it.
Good move by little Charlie Johnson that time. He picked the ball back out to Wilkes and drove the lane. Got it in.
Picture is back now. We're tied at 4. Chet Walker on the move inside. Bullwinkle again at the boards. Tip a second time it goes. Keith Wilkes on the inbounds pass. Butch Beard, the veteran, brings it up. He's working in the backcourt with Charles Johnson. Ray is out high.
You know what Bullwinkle's doing in this game, he didn't do in the 6th game, Ben. I think whenever Van Leer penetrates, he goes to the basket, too.
Here is Beard. Sloan tries to knock it away. Beard, good field goal shooter, not this time. And again, it is Sloan on those boards. One of the most aggressive rebounding guards in the NBA. His teammate, Van Leer, brings it up. Has 1 foul, an offensive charge foul against him. Here is Bullwinkle. He waits for Butter. Not there. Look at all the room Ray's giving him. They're daring him to shoot out there. Sloan on the turnaround. Not this time. He's better when he faces the basket. Ray yanks down. Still another rebound.
He really wanted that ball then.
Sloan tries to knock it away from Beard. Beard gives it off to Ray. He's too deep in the left baseline. And here's Rick Barry trying to put a move on Love. Bullwinkle hits the board.
Good defense by Bob Love that time. I think Rick should have made another move, another dribble. He may have gotten away, but I think these players are all geared for this game. This is the final game for both players.
Chicago with a field goal lead, 6-4. 8:54 to go in the first quarter. At Oakland, Bullwinkle waits. No movement. Now it goes to Love. Knocked away. Sloan picks it up and gets inside, and there's a whistle up. Offense.
There's another great play by Clifford Ray. That's his job, to fog up that middle, keep those lanes filled. Sloan gets the ball, he goes to the middle, Ray is there, charge.
That is the 2nd offensive charging foul. That could hurt the Bulls' offense. Wilkes goes cross-court to Charles Johnson. Love has him on the switch, and Johnson hits it.
I was talking to Coach Adams yesterday at practice. He said Charlie Johnson has been his most consistent basketball player in this tournament.
He is watching Van Leer now. Sloan wheels it over to Love on the left side. They drop it off to Bullwinkle. He's posted a little bit low on that side. Chet Walker comes over against Barry. So it is Chet Walker who has the hot hand for Chicago here in the first quarter.
And that time Barry threw his hands up in desperation. He was all over Chet, but he's in the hole right now.
Chicago leading by 2 points. Beard tries to position Barry. Barry moves in left. Johnson's underneath, comes out. Barry left corner. Not there. Bullwinkle battling Wilkes, and Jerry Sloan's got it over there on the right side. There's a foul on Wilkes. So it is Jerry Sloan who kept the dribble going down there, and Keith Wilkes was all over him. Good, smart basketball.
Yeah, that was a good play by Sloan. He gets the ball in this position right here. I think Wilkes' momentum carries it right into Sloan. He holds his position, gets a 2-shot foul out of it. Good, smart basketball.
8-6, a Chicago lead. Jerry Sloan, who wants desperately to play for an NBA championship. All determination.
Well, so far he's really determined because I think he's gotten every defensive rebound other than the one that Bullwinkle got.
Cliff Ray, who wants so badly to beat his ex-teammate, yanks it down, and now it is Charles Johnson who loses it. But Berry regains it, positions himself, past the Beard who's open. Old hit, look at that action under the boards. It is furious as they go in there for the rebound.
And Sloan gets another.
Holds up the call.
And Sloan gets another rebound.
Here's Butter Love. Wilkes was over on him. Berry comes down with a defensive rebound. Gives it off to Butch Beard. Go back, nobody there. A sloppy pass. It's 2-on-1. Sloan Walker against Ray. Sloan to the basket, not there. Walker tries to pull down the rebound. Loose ball. Charles Johnson on the floor. Ray. They're tied up. Van Leer came in there against Ray and Johnson. Let's see who Garrettson or Richie Powers pick out the jump.
It was a bad pass that time by Beard. He made a mistake. Vic wasn't there. Great action coming up here. Ray's all over the ball, the floor. There comes Van Leer, Johnson. Jump ball.
Well, the big man against the little man right now. Ray with a tremendous edge, and he hits it to Love, but hold on.
No, he's got to jump that up again. That wasn't a very good toss.
Well-tanned Darrell Garrettson lives in the Los Angeles area. He's gotten himself some sunshine in the last few days. He'll throw it up. Keep in mind, Chet Walker's hot. He's 3 of 3. Ball goes out of bounds, off a Chicago player's hand. Golden State will bring it up. They can move to within 1 point if they hit here. It's 9-6 Chicago, 7-17 to go in the first quarter here in Oakland. The Western Conference title on the line. Wilkes hands it back to Beard. Sloan stays with him. They wheel to Johnson. Johnson goes down left. Here comes baseline. It is Jerry Sloan yanking down. Still another rebound. He has been all over that defensive board.
Yeah, that time I think Bullwinkle got it in and played some good defense, but I think Johnson could have hit that ball off to Cliff and Ray then.
Love against Rick Berry's 0 for 2, but it is Bullwinkle with an offensive rebound. Ray has got to get him out of there.
Yeah, we'll see what's happening right now. Ray is trying to help out. And as I said earlier, Tom Bullwinkle is stepping to the basket, which is what he should do. Whenever Ray leaves him, he should step right to the basket and get those taps like that.
Here it is again. Love firing off the shot. Tom got inside, and Bullwinkle puts it back up. Golden State has called a timeout.
The incredible new Volkswagen Rabbit. Averages 38 miles per gallon down the highway. Goes from 0 to 50 in a snappy 8.2 seconds. It won't cost you a bundle. And it's easy to wash.
Happy days are here again. You get that holiday feeling at Holiday Inn. A take it easy feeling the minute you walk in. Get that holiday feeling at Holiday Inn. Traveling for work or play. When you're looking for a holiday, you'll find it in our name. Get that holiday feeling at Holiday Inn.
There are a group of athletes in Washington who are watching this game with a great deal of interest. The Washington Bullets will start the championship series against the winner of this game. Sunday afternoon, May 18th on CBS. You will see our first game at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Jerry Sloan has pulled down 5 rebounds. Chicago has scored the last 5 points. Golden State has the basketball. We expect Al Attles to do much more substituting than Dick Motta. His bench has been deeper so far in the first 6 games of the series. It is the 10 starters who are on the floor right now.
I got to go a little bit more to Keith Wilson because Chet is scoring very well right now. They got to put some pressure on him.
We'll see if they go to Wilkes. Clifford Ray holds it out high. Bullwinkle gives him a lot of room, so Ray says, I'll take it. And it is Sloan's 6th rebound as he pulls it down, bounces it off to Van Leer. Johnson and Beard trying to get the guards to stop out high. They want Walker and Love to come out high like they did Sunday in Chicago, a key factor. Bullwinkle waits at the high post now. Passes over to Jerry Sloan. His spot faces the basket. He's off. Ray with a rebound for Golden State, and Butch Beard tries to get up. They've got to run.
You know what I've noticed so far? Chicago's really getting back good on defense. I mean, they're all getting back.
Rick Berry and he's off. Bullwinkle goes. Wilkes was there. Bullwinkle controls it. Tom wanted the foul. No whistle. Jerry Sloan brings it up for Chicago. Gets around Clifford Ray. Goes to the right corner, pops out. Bill Bridges will be checking into this game. Bob Love has the ball. Wilkes is watching him. They were all over, and there is a foul. Charlie Johnson came over and caught him, so charge that foul to Charlie.
Here comes Bill Bridges into the basketball game right now. Man, a guy in January, great experience, and Bob Love hates for him to play against him.
Earlier today, when we were over watching the practice of these two teams, Bridges forgot a play and asked Al Adams about it, and Al said, Bill, don't worry about it. Just come beat up a little bit on Bob Love.
Well, I think
we'll
he
be
can do
all
that.
right.
You know, right now, as I said earlier, it looks like the guards from Golden State are just really doubling up on those forwards. Whenever they get the ball, they go right to them, they leave their man. They get the ball back to them, they can score. Put a lot more pressure on those guards.
Beard positions Johnson. He runs this Golden State attack. Is Ray setting up out high, posting. Bridges comes out firing. Not there. Bullwinkle and Sloan are getting position on that defensive board. Ray must get in there and try to get some offensive rebounds. How about this? The ball handler, Long Tom, brings it up and gives it off to Van Leer. Johnson watches him. Berry is out on Chet Walker. Berry did a tremendous defensive job on him on Sunday. Here is Bullwinkle trying to go backdoor forward play. Oh, goaltending, no doubt about it.
Goaltending. And, you know, I tell you, I think this is
that's the play you've been waiting for.
Yeah, that's the backdoor play I thought Chicago should have been running all the time. Because they overplayed a lot, Walker and Love, and they need those kind of plays.
Johnson at the right baseline comes up firing on Van Leer, and it is Bullwinkle out on the other side. It is 15-6, and Golden State's in a slump.
They're going to work Rick. They don't want Rick to get started. Just make it get started, make it work to get those balls.
Here's the break. Bridges is out ahead of Sloan, who hustles back. Bridges goes to the hoop. He's got it, and no foul.
That's what Golden State has to do, Brett. They got to run the basketball. They got to get up the court. And already now, Jeff Mullins, with more experience, is coming into the basketball game.
Al Adams came down, had a final word as we have a foul on the offense.
You watch this play again. You watch Bridges get in that lane. He watches the ball all the way. Gets it right here. Sloan, great hustle, but he just doesn't get there in time, and Bridges converts.
That is the second foul of the game on Tom Bullwinkle. It was offense as Johnson gives to Bridges. Walker is watching him. Here's Berry. Jerry Sloan.
I'll tell you, he hasn't scored from the field yet, I don't believe. He has one free throw.
So he must warm up if Golden State is going to get back in this. And there comes out. Sloan wheels it. Good ball movement right now. Now Chet holds it up against Rick. Here's Love. Love makes a move inside.
Oh, you see that shot. Hey, it sort of hung up there against the rim and fell right in.
Beard is on the bench. So the veteran Jeff Mullins working with Charles Johnson in the Golden State backcourt. Berry Bridges the forwards. Ray's the center. Johnson gives it to Cliff Rays a little bit lower down there on that left-hand side. Waits. Mullins comes out. Sloan is watching him. Jeff takes his first shot. He's got it. 7-point Chicago lead. 3:43 to go to the first quarter in Oakland. Western Conference title on the line. A series that is impossible to figure. Both teams have broken through away from home. Both teams have blown big leads. Number 10, Charles Johnson. That's his second foul.
That's the second foul on Charlie Johnson. He's trying to beat Van Leer over those picks, but if he gets into foul trouble, they can always come with Smith. I think he's a fine basketball player. Rookie this year.
Bullwinkle goes to Love. Love puts a move on Bridges. Comes around him to the right side. Won't go. Battle. Look at that underneath. Bullwinkle and Bridges. Tom hit it last. Goes to Golden State.
Boy, Tom is really battling those boards tonight. He's really getting up there on that offensive board. They're going to have to box him off.
He has 6 rebounds and Sloan 7 so far. That's why Chicago has a 7-point lead. Mullins right back. Love clears down on that other side. Bullwinkle with tennis shoe trouble, and Mata spots it. Dick Mata didn't want a 4-on-5 attack. He says, let's call our timeout. So he came up and he got it.
Well, that time, boy, Sloan tried to box out Clifford Ray, and I'm telling you, he almost took his head off and went to the basket, but he missed. He didn't get the rebound.
When you shave with a Schick Super 2 twin-blade cartridge, you're in for a surprise. It feels almost like shaving with no blades at all. Schick Super 2's Teflon coating makes shaving smooth and safe, while Super 2's twin blades shave you close. Thanks to Teflon, you can barely feel it. And Super 2 fits your Track 2 handle. Schick Super 2 with Teflon makes 2 blades feel like none.
Scirocco! Scirocco!
Scirocco, a hot wind from the Sahara. Scirocco, a hot car from Volkswagen. As swift and powerful as the wind it's named after. Scirocco, with front-wheel drive that handles like nothing you've ever driven before. And Scirocco gets about 38 miles per gallon on the highway. Scirocco, the hot one from Volkswagen.
At State Farm, we've got a real simple system of handling our claims. First thing you do is contact your agent. He may ask you to drop by one of our driving claim service centers. Car's not drivable, we'll send one of our claims representatives to your car. But you know, in a lot of cases, we can handle it right here at the office. So if you have a claim with State Farm, it's going to be handled fast and it's going to be handled fair.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is a special report from CBS News in Washington. Here now is correspondent Phil Jones at the White House.
Here at the White House, administration officials have just announced that U.S. armed forces have seized the American merchant ship, the Mayaquez, just moments ago. However, the fate of the American crewmen aboard that ship is unknown at this time. In the announcement here, a message has also been sent to the Cambodian government that says the following: as soon as you, the Cambodian government, issue a statement releasing the crew members you hold unconditionally, and immediately we will cease all military operations in the area. Along with this announcement came the details that the President has ordered the following action. U.S. Marines to board the SS Mayaquez, that has already occurred. U.S. Marines to land on Koh Tang Island in order to rescue any crew members that may be on that island. Aircraft from the carrier Coral Sea to undertake associated military operations in the area in order to protect and support the operations to regain the vessel and the members of the crew. Repeating once again, U.S. Armed Forces have seized the Mayaquez ship just moments ago, but at this point, we do not have all the crew members back. This is Phil Jones, CBS News at the White House.
This has been a special report from CBS News in Washington.
Let pass. Now he hits Johnson. Walker's there. In and out. It is Sloan back at the other end.
So it's like Borey goes down by himself, but Ray was smart. He stayed down with him.
Van Leer comes up over to Chet Walker, who's down into the right corner. 17-10, Chicago with a 7-point lead. Van Leer wheels left side. Love moves down. Mullins on the switch. Bridges comes outside on Sloan. They give the ball to Sloan now to let him operate against it. Johnson cut him off. Van Leer.
Right. Did you see that patience? How deliberate they were. They didn't rush anything. Although the shot clock was running out, they took their time and got a basket.
1:28 for the quarter. A 9-point Chicago lead. Golden State unable to run. Rick Barry unable to hit, and he breaks through.
Well, that may get him started. That makes him 1 for 5 now. That could get him started. When he scores, the Golden State Warriors score. When he doesn't, they don't do anything at all as far as the scoring goes that much.
Sloan gives over to Butter Love on the right side. Again, that Chicago offense brings the shot clock down to 8 seconds. Now it is 7. They go inside, knocked away by Bridges, out of bounds. Shot clock will recycle to 10 seconds.
You know, I think Bridges is muscling Bob a little bit. He sort of said something to the referee.
They picked up Bill Bridges as a free agent just to guard Bob Love. They were looking that far ahead when they made that acquisition. Sloan fires. And it is Rick Barry. Mullins is ahead. He's got it. Beautiful pass.
That was a great pass that time by Barry. He didn't hesitate at all. Got it right out there to Mullins. He put it in. They got to do more of that. You know, when they get that ball, they got to get up the court, because if they don't, they're going to be in trouble.
35 seconds for the quarter. Borwinkle with the ball, gives the Butter Love, who drives in, and there was a foul as he came through. It'll be a shooting foul. He'll come to the line with the parries on Clifford Ray.
That was a good call. Very good call that time. I think Ray got there a little late. Love had his momentum going up in there. He gets a foul out of it.
That is the 4th team foul against Golden State, and only 1 team foul against Chicago in the first quarter. A team that is noted as the most physical in the NBA has picked up only 1 foul here in the first quarter with 28 seconds to go.
That's what you call smart basketball, a smart defense. You know, I'm surprised that Golden State only has 14 points so far.
They trail it by 7. They'll try to run down one shot and go over to the sideline, trailing by 5. Bridges pops out. Sloan has Mullins. Shot clock now moves down toward 5 seconds. Charles Johnson against Van Leer. Johnson with a turnaround, and that's it. With 3 seconds left in the quarter, Walker will have to hurry from the midline. Hits the top and out. No score as we come to the end of the first quarter.
You know, I think Golden State's lucky to be as close as they are right now because they're not playing that well at all. Here we can see, there you see the hand right there by Bridges. A nice left-handed Jackson Van Leer right to the canvas. But he's not hurt. He's the durable player. He'll come back.
You'll see the best in basketball when you watch the NBA. When you watch the NBA on CBS.
To stand up to Joey Chitwood's precision stunt driving, it takes an extra tough tire. Right now, you can save on the Sears steel-belted silent card. A long-lasting tire with 2 flexible steel belts under the tread. Get this kind of traction and steel-belted toughness on your car now and save 30%. The Sears steel-belted silent guard, only at Sears.
Go for the gusto, go for the best. 'Cause you know life's too short to settle for less. You gotta taste that great slips gusto, and then you got it all. Go for the gusto, but don't go at all.
Come on now, let's go.
Come on, put the pressure on.
NBA playoffs will continue after this word from your local station. Meet Larry, a victim of society's error, in a true-life drama special. Tomorrow at 9, 8 Central on CBS.
Ever had that lonely feeling in a bank that everyone is unconcerned, distant? You don't know who to talk to. Wouldn't you like just one person to see or call? One person to answer your money questions? Well, you can find that one person at Irving Trust. Everyone banking here is assigned one personal banker to answer all questions. Loans, credit checking, savings, whatever. No more shuttling around. Isn't that what you want? Get personal with Irving.
Channel 2, New York.
At the Oakland Coliseum Arena, Al Annals has just sent his Golden State Warriors back to work. They trail the Chicago Bulls by 5 points in the 7th and decisive game of the Western Conference Final. The most noted stat in the first quarter, Rick Barry hit only 1 of 6 field goal attempts.
And we see that Ted Walker's going to get a little rest here because Roland Garrett's in the game in this spot right now.
Bridges still in there as Ray tips it back to Mullins, who is working in the backcourt with Johnson. So the Warriors come up. He'll try to hit it and move to within 3. Barry against Butter Love. Back to Ray. They tried to roll off the pick and roll. Bad pass to that side. Van Leer's got it. Brings it down the middle. Sloan is on the left-hand side. 7-point Chicago lead.
That was a good break that time. His defense made it possible. Van Leer steals the ball because Ray tried to throw a blind pass, but he threw it to the wrong man.
Now Mullins goes to the Rick Barry side. Again, they wait to see what Ray's going to do. He goes underneath. Mullins tries to come. Held up. Jump shot. Roland Garrett with a rebound. He's checked in, as Oscar pointed out, in place of Chet Walker. He will be working it forward with Love. Sloan and Van Leer are the guards. Bullwinkle still in at center. We'll see Nate Thurman some in the second quarter. Ball is dropped off to Bullwinkle. Goes back to Love. They burn Barry. Barry felt that he was hooked as he went by, and he told the officials. Love comes up to the basket, and it is Love on Barry at the other end. Ray holds up Bullwinkle with the right hand on him. Good defense right now. It is Barry back outside. Misses 1 of 7. Bullwinkle down with it. Gives off to Jerry Sloan, and Sloan will bring it up.
You know, I think Rick is really starting to press right now. You know, he's shooting some long shots. I think that try to get in a little close and go to the basket because he's a great free throw shooter. Maybe could get him started.
Clifford Ray reached over the top of Tommy Bullwinkle. First foul, rookie guard Phil Smith, number 20, checks in for Golden State. Charles Johnson goes out.
You know, this is a young man that Coach Al Annals is really high on, this kid Phil Smith. And into the game also is George Johnson.
So Ray goes to the sideline. He has 2 fouls. Johnson has 2. Both are out now in the second quarter. Love has the ball, and it is Bill Bridges who will watch him. Go inside to Bullwinkle. Johnson leaning on him. Bullwinkle, right-handed hook on Johnson. He's got it.
Well, I'll tell you, they're playing that game now, Britt. They don't run. They come down, they set up, they work their plays. They create something.
It is an 11-point Chicago lead. Rick Berry. Love, Smith, oh, and Van Leer knocked it away from Smith, and Love has got it down the right sideline to Van Leer. Here's Jerry Sloan.
Yes, sir, they got it going.
Chicago is doing everything right now. This is one of the best stretches they've had in this playoff. On the other hand, they can't shake Rick Berry for Golden State, and Love's confidence is starting to go up on him. He thinks he can stay with Berry. They give it off to Smith, who's working against Van Leer. Good move by Smith. Ball won't go, and Bullwinkle comes through. Look at the outlet pass to Roland Garrett.
Yeah, this is smart. This is Mata's type basketball. He gets down. He may have had a shot, but he throws the ball back out to the guard. They're going to set it up.
Now you can watch the shot clock go down. Inside at 10. There's a foul on that side. It is on Mullins. Keith Wilkes tells me that he's checking in. I hope the scorer gets that information. He came over to check in. He wasn't too sure where he should be. We've got a timeout. When we come back, Keith Wilkes will be back in the lineup for Golden State. So Al Adams can't get things on track here right now.
Not yet, but he's got a long way to go yet.
Last year was a rotten year for cars. Volkswagen sales were down. Vega, down. Pinto, down. Toyota, down. Gremlin, down. Datsun, down. Capri, Opel, Mazda, down. Of these leading small cars, last year only one was up, Fiat. It was our best year, ever.
Wheaties, breakfast of cycling. Wheaties, breakfast of golf. Wheaties, breakfast of tennis. Hey, tennis players, did you have your Wheaties this morning? Did you have a good breakfast with Wheaties whole wheat flakes? Have you put the basic goodness of wholesome whole wheat to work for you today? Let's hope so, because with the goodness of Wheaties great-tasting wheat, you know you're off to a great start. Wheaties, breakfast of champions.
While Diablo and Avatar had a bumping duel in the stretch, Favored Foolish Pleasure came on to win the Run for the Roses in this year's Kentucky Derby. Can Foolish Pleasure go on to win the second leg of racing's fabulous Triple Crown? Be watching when CBS Sports will bring you the culmination of Maryland's Preakness Week, the 100th running of the Preakness, May 17th, this Saturday, here on CBS.
The 100th running of the Preakness is coming up Saturday, and at halftime, we will have a live report from the racetrack. We'll check in and see what's going. Here, Tom Bullwinkle gives it back to Jerry Sloan. 29-16, Chicago leads. 9:23 left in the first half. Love misses Smith. Loses control. It will go back to Chicago. Nobody there. Golden State has not scored yet in the second quarter. They've been outscored 8-0.
Yeah, Chicago's playing great ball. When you're down 13 points, you can't afford to have mistakes like that. You got to make sure you get all rebounds and don't make any costly turnovers.
Chicago has out-rebounded Golden State 23-11 so far. Garrett holds the ball. Shot clock moves down toward 10 seconds. There's a traveling call, a turnover. Here come the Warriors.
Yeah, the hook shot has gotten confidence up because I think he was meant to shoot that basketball there.
As soon as he saw George Johnson come into the game, he threw up that hook shot.
Yes, he did. Maybe we'll see more of that.
Smith gives it off to Mullins. They go down to Wilkes, who's checked back in. So Garrett working against the top rookie. Wilkes up with a shot.
Oh, it just barely fell in. But I tell you, in a lot of crucial situations, they've gone to that young man altered on one-on-one situations, just like the last one we saw.
Smith is watching Van Leer, and there is a foul. It's against Will Smith on Van Leer. Not yet in the penalty.
You know, I saw Van Leer in practice today, and he fell down. I said, Van, the game hasn't started yet. He said, I'm just practicing right now.
They try to work backdoor.
And they do. You know, we talked about those backdoor plays, you know, in our meeting, and this is just what they're doing.
Well, you've been insisting that Chicago should run more of them, and they certainly are so far. We have a hooking foul.
I think anytime you ever played, like a lot of teams will play against Chicago, you got to go back door on them a lot.
You know, watch that second foul of the game on Jerry Sloan.
Yeah, you know, they sort of hooking each other up, and one starts to hook, and then the other guy hooks, and they call a foul. Had to call a foul on somebody.
Don't leave me, George. Berry knocked away by Thurman.
And Nate's in the game now.
Berry takes a jumper on Thurman and hits it.
They worked very well, that pick and roll, when Nate was out here for Golden State to perfection.
Whistle stops play, 11-point lead.
Well, I think what now Richie Pryor is trying to control the game because it's getting pretty rough out there, Ben. Guys are buffing each other like downfield blockers.
So it is Van Leer. We have had a warning against everybody. Richie Powers was counting off the seconds for 3 seconds. Berman closed in time. Van Leer comes out the other end. They go to Garrett, who's got the ball. Berry is on him. Sloan wheels it to Van Leer. The shot clock goes off.
Hey, I'm telling you, that's pro ball right there, Brent. They didn't rush. They got it right there.
Oh, Wilkes was hooked as he went down. Roland Garrett who got him. Beard is back in, and Mullins goes out.
So Al Adams has great confidence in his bench because he's really gone to them so far.
Tries to keep fresh players on the floor against the older Chicago Bulls. Wilkes puts a move on Garrett. There's a whistle on that side when he was coming in. Darryl Garrettson stopped play, and he calls the foul on Garrett. That's 2 in a hurry on him, and Mata needed some time out of Garrett. That foul hurts. They've got to put Chet Walker back into the game. He is the one member of the Chicago Bulls who needs more rest than anyone else.
Well, I think Chet was coming back in anyway. He just wanted to give Chet a spell, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. They did because, you know, the half is coming up pretty soon.
Van Leer may have to play all 48 here tonight.
Oh, he's tough. He can do it.
Here's Wilkes. Walker has him, so Keith comes up with that jump shot.
That's where they're going to have to go because Rick having a shooting problem. He seems to be going further and further away from the basket. I think he should do just the opposite.
Neither team in the penalty as far as fouls are concerned. Thurman has the ball and Johnson has him. Sloan now working against Beard. Turnaround.
Yes, sir. Everything's going in tonight.
35-22 as Beard comes up with a jumper. It's a foul underneath on the shot. So we've got a timeout. Foul was on George Johnson underneath in that situation. Richie Powers informs us. Both teams go over to their sideline. 6:51 for the half.
I stay at Best Western hotels because I can make reservations ahead of time, and when I arrive in a town, I know that the accommodations will be friendly and clean.
Best Western is always a good place to stay for a businessman.
We always stay at Best Western motels. We love them.
First time in a long time I haven't had to make my own bed. We enjoy staying at the Best Western because the welcome mat is always out.
For reservations, see a travel agent or call 800-528-1234.
Your old car shocks, they ain't what they used to be. Ain't what they used to be. Ain't what they used to be.
If you need new shock absorbers, come to the heavy-duty shock sale during Sears National Automotive Week. Sears heavy-duty shocks, on sale now, just $4.97 each. Save over 30%. Sears heavy-duty shock sale, $4.97 each, only at Sears.
Sunday afternoon on the CBS Sports Spectacular, the junior welterweight boxing title will be decided. Antonio Cervantes will defend it against the #1 challenger, Esteban de Jesus in Panama. We will also see the World Series of Auto Racing and the Hang Gliding Championships Sunday afternoon on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
That's what you should try, Brent, that hang gliding.
You know what that is? I've never seen that.
I don't know what it is either.
6:51 for the half. Oakland Coliseum Arena against the pressure. Van Leer brings it up against Johnson.
You know, you talk about bench strength and whatnot in Chicago's little weak at guard. It's very important for Sloan and Van Leer to keep their tempers because those guys are real fiery. And they can really create a situation out there that let the tippers go.
Love with the turnaround. Rick Barry pulls down the board. Keith Wilkes looks for the break, and again, Chicago has dropped back extremely well on defense. Butch Beard sets up the play. They go to Rick Barry. Barry waits for Wilkes coming out the other end against Chet Walker. Jump shot. Oh, Johnson skied.
Did you see that young man go up at that time? He made that one, made sure of that one, I should say.
Richie Powers stops it. We've got a foul. Johnson was grabbing his second.
That's a bonus. This could hurt Golden State. We got 6:07 to play and then a bonus already.
12-point Chicago lead.
What's the hesitation? What's the hesitation?
Nate hasn't shot very much before, has he? Only made 3 out of 19.
Hits his free throws, and Johnson brings it down for the Warriors. Matty Gukas is going to check into the game for the first time. Wilkes ready to move on Chet Walker, and it just comes up with that jump shot. That unusual style is because he used to have his shots blocked all the time when he was a youngster. Brings the ball back a little bit further now. Walker, the right side, waits for Van Leer. Held up at the top of the circle, they go to Chet Walker. Nate Thurman waits for Bob Love. Wilkes is watching him. 8 seconds. Johnson rejects one. Wilkes picks it up on the move for the Warriors. Sloan has him. Cross court. Johnson's open. Great baseline shooter. Johnson battles and puts in the tip.
He is really almost bored now.
They have pulled to within 9 points, and Tom Borwinkle is going to check back in. Barry came out, couldn't steal. Walker with a shot. It's an 11-point Chicago lead.
That's what I mean by Barry. If you put the pressure on him to make him play defense, he can't roam around and steal balls and do a lot of things that's not noticed.
Here is Barry, up firing outside the perimeter. Air ball, Walker board.
That was a bad shot. No, he was off balance. The defense was all over him.
Van Leer trying to get outside. Gives to Thurman. Thurman will be leaving the game as soon as we have a stoppage of play. It'll be Borwinkle and Gukas checking in. Sloan holds it up. Now goes into Nate. Shot clock down to 8 seconds. Here's Sloan, baseline left.
And I think Golden State has sort of slowed down a little bit, Brent. They aren't as quick as they were at the beginning of the basketball game.
Derek Dickey is going to come in for Al Addles. Here's Keith Wilkes. Up on Walker. So it is Wilkes who has the hot hand, and not the superstar Rick Barry.
But you see, they're only trading baskets. They keep letting Chicago get baskets down here. It won't do them any good if he scores every time, because Chicago's doing the same thing. We got
Barry almost ties up Van Leer. Battles cross-court pass to Walker. Beard has him. Wilkes is there. Inside, both of them comes Walker.
Yes, sir. I think he's playing like he's 25 right now, doesn't he?
He did not come to practice earlier today. Been bothered by a cold, been bothered by a pulled thigh muscle. He rested. Wilkes goes past him. There was a whistle as he came across. Well, it was Chet Walker, says Richie Powers, who was shoving, number 25. Well, we have substitutes now. Derek Dickey, number 40, has checked in for the Warriors. Cliff Ray, number 44, is back on the floor. Matty Gukas and Tom Borwinkle are out there for Chicago. Keith Wilkes is at the line.
You know, games like this are tough when you get down a little bit, but you got to keep your composure. You can't let everything get out of hand, because you got to get them back one at a time, not 4 or 5 at a time.
Gukas handling the ball for Chicago. Jerry Sloan gets a rest. Van Leer has gone all the way. Walker comes out high. He's too far away from the basket to set up their offense. Shot clock moves down. He tries to get to the line, and he does.
Oh, look at that touch. I think he shot that one out of desperation, because he seemed to be coming back down, and he shot it up in there, and it goes right in. Hangs on the rim. Great
the Warriors
touch.
have not put together a good stretch of basketball here in the first half. Beard passes off to Johnson. Johnson with a shot.
Yeah, it seems, although they're having some problems shooting, when they get into a pattern, they score very well.
Chet Walker moving extremely well in this game. Wilkes down with it. for Golden State. Comes up the middle of the floor. Now passes off, but there was a blocking foul as he came across before he gave it off to Johnson.
That was a great call that time because Wilkes really made an effort to get out of the way, but he was still hit.
Foul was against Norm Van Leer, who was out there discussing it with Richie Powers momentarily. For Van Leer, 2 fouls, Sloan with 2, Warwinkle 2, Garrett 2, Chet Walker 1.
From now until May 31st, Mazda offers a $500 cash rebate. A $500 rebate when you buy any new 1974 rotary engine coupe, wagon, or sedan, equipped just the way you want it. A $500 cash rebate direct from Mazda. And that's on top of the special deals your Mazda dealer is making now. Mazda. One tough engine, one tough car. $500 rebate ends May 31st. See your Mazda dealer.
The IBM Copier 2. Because sharp, clean copies are no longer enough. Today, workflow is critical. So a copier must be fast and versatile, and most of all, affordable. That's why the IBM Copier 2 has a price ceiling plan that puts a limit on your copier costs, no matter how many copies you make. And aren't you ready for that?
You know, when I played ball, I really enjoyed the beer I drank after every game. Now I watch, but I still love my beer. Light beer from Miller. It tastes great, but what really counts is it's less filling. It's got less carbohydrates and 1/3 less calories than their regular beer. Just because I play less ball now doesn't mean I have to drink less beer.
2 seconds left. DeBusschere, top of the key. He shoots. Good!
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Dick Motta is going to...
This is a special report from CBS News in Washington. Here now is correspondent Ike Pappas at the Pentagon.
American Marines from bases in Thailand and from, bases in Thailand tonight landed on the...
Now Barry's coming in for...
So Rick Derry has come back into the lineup to replace Derek Dickey with 2:11 to go. It is 45-35, Chicago leading Golden State.
They got to make a move right here. They got to make sure Chicago doesn't score and go down and score themselves.
Here's Love.
Well, they let Chicago score.
Jerry Sloan waiting to check back in. So with Berry back in the ballgame, Bob Love switches from Wilkes to Berry, and Garrett is on Keith Wilkes. Wilkes has the ball. Love with the rebound. Dan Lear bringing it up on the attack.
Yeah, they don't try to fast break that much unless they have a real open fast break. They'll come down and set it up.
Dan Lear trying to drive, and he was called on the offense. That is his 3rd foul, trying to turn the corner. He could not. There was contact, and Garrettson has him.
He's got to be, Vance has to be careful here not to lose his temper.
Jerry Sloan coming down to talk to Norman. Adams wants a technical. There is a technical. Now Van Leer has come over to the scorer's table.
He's right, I tell you, because the guy didn't blow the horn to let him in.
Now Van Leer has knocked over the microphone. He's knocked over a Coca-Cola over here on the scoring table. They didn't blow the horn in that situation, and that's why he's upset.
He got some Coke all over me, too. I tell you, he did not blow the horn to put him in the game.
Dick Motta is over. He's talking to Garrettson. Mopping up the mess.
I think we got everybody on the court now trying to clean this stuff up. But in that situation, Sloan reported to the scorer's bench, and he wasn't blown into the game. He stood there, and I guess evidently he thought he was in the game, and Van Leer didn't hear the horn.
So Richie Powers, you may have just heard him. No individual gets charged with that technical. It is against the team because Jerry Sloan came out there without the horn being sounded. So no one will be ejected when a second technical is called. It's not against Norm Van Leer. It's not against Sloan or Dick Motta. A team technical in that situation.
Yeah, but the score should have got him in the game. You know, he had time to get him in, but he didn't.
1:24 left in the first half. Berry against Bob Love, and he was traveling.
That's true.
11 points, Chicago lead right now. Sloan gives it off to Matty Gukas. Gukas pumps it down the right side. Johnson has him. Passes it off to Roland Garrett. Move down toward 111. Boerwinkle holding it up against Cliff Ray. Now he waits. Gives outside to Love. Here, Boerwinkle coming up for that offensive board, but lost control and out of bounds. It'll go to Golden State.
You know, Boerwinkle has done a great job on these boards tonight. He has really got in there on the offensive boards as well as the defensive boards. And it's paid off with the Chicago 11-point lead so far.
They can move back to within 9 if they can hit here. Wilkes has it knocked away by Garrett. But it is the rookie Keith Wilkes who has had the hot shooting hand here. This time he's tied up, so Johnson goes right baseline, his favorite spot. Sloan pulls it down on the other side. The break was not there. He'll slow it down. 34 seconds on the game clock. So they'll have to fire off a shot, and Golden State will have a chance before the half ends. Here is Matty Gukas. Wilkes pulls it down. 22 seconds. Time for one play. Butch Beard came up firing. Didn't eat up enough time. Chicago can come back down. Here's Jerry Sloan on the right side against Rick Berry. 9 seconds. He holds it up. Roland Garrett takes a shot. It's off at 7 seconds. No one wants to kill the clock. Woods will have to hurry. He's got about 2 at the horn. No. No basket. No basket. Darrell Garrison says no. He was over here immediately. He said the horn went off before Keith Wilkes could get the shot off. That basket does not count.
No, he should have passed the ball. Here, right there. Here's the hands of the man right here on the right. Should have given the ball up maybe to Cliff and Ray. Could have taken the ball in for a dunk. The rest were absolutely right in that situation. No field goal, and we have 11-point lead so far.
So at the end of the first half of this Western Conference Final, 47-36.
You'll see the best in basketball when you watch the NBA. When you watch the NBA on CBS.
When you buy a seat on a bus, you have several choices, the best of which is Trailways. It's a better seat. It's all fabric. It reclines a full 145
I rather imagine that Rick will go out and see if he can shoot his way out of the scoring slump. He is one of the finest shooters in the NBA, as you know. It is 47-36. We prepare to start the final 24 minutes. The battle for the Western Conference title. Chicago controls. Van Leer goes to Chet Walker from the left baseline. He drills in. Still another field goal. 16 for the game. Chet Walker's last season as a professional. Butch Beard brings it down for Golden State. Comes in deep. Sloan has him. Now Beard comes the other way. They go to the rookie. He is deadly.
Yeah, he's been very consistent for them in this game, but he's really knocked those shots in from one-on-one situations. Coach Mata talked about that intensity, and so he feels that his team can continue the defense, work their plays like he wants to, they'll win.
7 points. Love was called offense. Richie Powers picked him up on that drive.
Well, Bob had a good idea, but he just runs right over Rick Clifford Ray right here. Boerwinkle was there anyway.
Here's Beard up with the jump shot.
Hey! Off balance shot. Good defense by Sloan, but he still got it in.
Van Leer down on the left side. Charles Johnson watches him. They go to Boerwinkle. Now it is Bob Love up shooting. Down comes Johnson with the rebound. They give it off to Beard. Quickly to Rick Berry. Walker's there. Berry fires. Still not there. Battle underneath. May have been hit last by Wilkes. It was. It'll go to Chicago. Van Leer breaks away. Again, the Golden State pressure, trying to keep the guards from getting in too low. Van Leer has done a good job against Johnson so far in Game 7. Now he moves around to that side, but hold on, says Darrell Garrison. He's got the foul on Johnson.
Yeah, he called Johnson for pushing out that time. You know, you talk about pressure. I don't think Johnson's going to keep Van Leer from jumping where he wants to go with the basketball, but he can make him take up a little time. make it difficult for him to get there.
Love holds the ball. Wilkes watches him. Van Leer drops it into Bullwinkle. Ray has him. Bullwinkle, right-handed hook shot out the other side. Well, there were two Warriors there, and they couldn't get it. And Chicago comes up as Love hits it.
You see Jerry Sloan keep that ball alive. That's great determination and great hustle.
Beard on the right side for the Warriors. Walker trying to stay with the rookie Keith Wilkes, who is much quicker. Ray waits for someone to pop out. Now he turns around and faces Bullwinkle. Here is Wilkes against Jerry Sloan.
Hey, they better keep the ball on him as much as possible.
They have pulled back to within 9 points. Now they need some defense. Van Leer bounced to Love. They give to Van Leer deep. Van Leer waits, goes up to Walker. Can't control it. Love is there, puts a move on. Jumps it off to Chet, but hold on, says Richie Powers. 3-second violation.
A good call by Richie there. And we got a timeout. Watch Ricky. He's trying to keep Chet from getting position on right here. He fights over, does a good job, but he goes just a little bit too far. Chet goes back door, but it's a 3-second call.
Do you know what the lowest base sticker priced American small car is? Ford Pinto. And what's America's best-selling small car line? Ford Pinto. You know why? Value. Pinto's low price includes 4-speed transmission, rack and pinion steering, solid-state ignition. And still it's priced less than Vega or Beetle, and $555 less than a VW Rabbit.
Very interesting. I didn't know that.
Ford means value.
A Kentucky Fried Chicken day starts when you see that golden brown crust. You catch that aroma just as someone takes a big mouth-watering bite and you wish you had a taste for yourself.
In this world there's only one fried chicken that always tastes so finger-licking good. And you gotta say, hey, it's a Kentucky Fried Chicken day. And you gotta say, hey, it's a Kentucky Fried Chicken day.
You know, about a week ago, a youngster by the name of Houston McTeer turned in a 9-flat 100-yard dash. Here is a young man who needs financial support to make our Olympic team. That's what this is all about. He's one of 8 children, the son of a part-time sawmill worker down in Florida. So help us send the Houston McTeers to the Olympics. Send a contribution to that address as Butch Beard brings it down for the Warriors and goes to Barry. Inside Wilkes.
You know, although Rick Barry's having trouble scoring right now, he's a terrific passer. He can really help his team by just passing basketballs for them.
Back to within 7 as the intensity picks up for the Golden State fans. Block against Love. They are turning in a spurt, and it was traveling call. They have turned it over, so the Warriors can pull to within 5. Listen to this crowd. They've come alive in Oakland.
It was a good play that time, and Wilkes, good block. He is some rookie, isn't he?
Magnificent. Johnson and Beard play catch. Beard on the bounce pass to Wilkes. Keith looks down at Walker, wants to go one-on-one, takes him left, loses it. Walker comes out with a basketball. He's got it from Wilkes. Walker on the drive to the hoop. Not there. Berry comes in. Berry and Sloan were battling jump ball.
Yes, Dave, I tell you, little Charlie Johnson really hustled back on defense that time and got in front of Chet and made him miss that basket. Here we go. Watch this steal here. I think Wilkes takes a little too much time. He should have made a definite move. He loses the ball right there. And Johnson really comes on a run. But jump ball.
There they go. Tipped by Berry to Beard. Garrettson goes down, tries to get out of the way. Butch Beard brings it up. Puts it to Rick Berry. He can pull the Warriors to within 5 if he can hit this. Still not on his shooting game. Out of bounds, but at last touched by Chicago.
You know, talking to Dick Mott at halftime, Brent, he felt this was going to be a close game. Although he was leading by 11 points at that one time.
Sloan all over Beard, so they go back deep to Johnson. Johnson jump shot.
Yes, he does.
They are alive in Oakland. A 5-point basketball game. Pusher against Van Leer as he brings it across the timeline. Beard waits for Jerry Sloan over on Van Leer's right. They are picking up Van Leer. They're keeping him out of the lane. Bob Love against Wilkes. They drop it off to Bullwinkle. Shot clock goes down to 7. Love with a turnaround.
Yes, sir.
Golden State had scored the last 6 points before Chicago converted. Beard pumps it back down the floor. Again, the Warriors can come within 5. Knocked away by Bullwinkle. Barry is there on the save. Love has him. Barry up firing. In and out. He can't buy a basket. Love is open. Pass and Barry got back on defense.
Like a downfield defensive back knocking that ball away.
Rick Barry had a little bit of a field goal, and he smashed it right up against the side of that one photographer's head down there, but he's all right. Hard-headed, some of those photographers from the Bay Area. Bob Love holds it up now. Sets the inbound pass to Sloan, who's open. Got it, and there was a foul. So a chance for the three-point play. It was Clifford Ray who nailed him as he came inside. A 9-point lead as Sloan steps to that free throw line. Back to 10, and here comes C.J. Goes to Beard over on the right-hand side. Wilkes and Barry the forwards. Ray at the free throw line, sets the pick against Sloan. They pass to Johnson. Barry in low that time. Was fouled as he went for the turnaround. It was Love who was on him, and on Bob Love, his second foul.
That was a good play that time by Rick. They just moved the ball, swung the ball around, and got Rick. Bob Love thought he was going to the other side of the court, but he didn't. He reversed back underneath, and he got a foul out of it. 2 shots.
Here is Rick Barry, who is 2 of 12 shooting field goals, but he's still making free throws.
Well, I guess he's got to make something when you shoot 2 for 12. I think he should start to drive to the basket a lot more myself, but
even missing at the line as Love brings it up with Chicago up 56-47. Walker gives it back to Van Leer. He comes in deeper on the right side. Love on the turnaround. Wilkes got a piece of it. Out comes Clifford Ray. Barry is there. Chet Walker is back on defense. Barry will shoot it from the line. Off. Van Leer down. He is still cold. Van Leer up to Love. Back to Chet Walker, tries to get inside. He was fouled as he made his move to the hoop. Darrell Garrison underneath. Picks up the foul in that situation. He's on Johnson.
That was a great pass this time by Bob Love. He was out of position. He was going, catching the ball in a difficult position when he came down on the court. Got the ball back down to Chet. He gets a foul out of it. I think Chicago's playing real good basketball right now. Playing very good defense. And I think, as we stated earlier, when Rick scores, it seems that the Golden State Warriors do well. When he doesn't score well, they don't do as good.
Bill Bridges has checked in.
The mixer.
So Barry is going to go over and take a rest. He did this once against Seattle. Sat out for 8 minutes when he was cold. That was the series that the Warriors won in 6 games to advance to the finals, and now it is the veteran Jeff Mullins who has replaced Johnson, who leaves with 4 fouls.
I notice that horn is very loud now for those players coming into the game because Van Leer had some troubles with it.
He sees Van Leer coming. He's going right out the back door.
Here comes play number 2.
Butch Beard waits to set it up for the Warriors. Mullins comes out the left baseline. They give it to Keith Wilkes. Wilkes works against Bob Love. Love trying to stay with the rookie. Is he smooth? Won't go this time. Battle underneath it is Bullwinkle and Ray, taken away by Van Leer on the left side. Cross-court pass off of Walker out of bounds.
And I tell you, Clifford Ray should have almost got a technical foul that time. He screamed at Garrison on that call. But I'm sure the referees know this is a big game of both teams. They let a lot of things go, especially in that department.
Keith Wilkes is high for the Warriors. He scored 17. Here is Bridges. He plays because of his defensive skills. Looks for the pass, and they go to Wilkes. Wilkes trying to go one-on-one. Bullwinkle cut him off. He comes up jumping. He probably should have passed it off. Beard onto the board. Battle back is it fierce under there. Mullins outside. Mullins won't go. Bridges with 2 taps. Bullwinkle on the other side. Passes off to Van Leer. 6:37 for the quarter. Here's Chet Walker. In and out is down comes Bridges. Outlet pass to Clifford Ray. Ray says, come on out here, Tom, but he doesn't. And so Ray sets up the play at his Beard.
They need some hoops. They're messing around with the ball too long right now. This is bad for them.
Butch Beard takes Sloan to the left baseline, goes back to Bridges. They give him a lot of room. Taken down at the offense by Beard. It goes to Ray, back to Butch. And out, that ball won't go in, and it is knocked down and touched last by Bridges.
And there's Coach Al Wallace. He's sort of desperate right now. Things are just not going well for his team. They aren't scoring the basket, and not getting back good on defense.
When you buy a seat on a bus, you have several choices, the best of which is Trailways. It's a better seat. It's all fabric. It reclines a full 145
I rather
degrees.
imagine that Rick will go out and see if he can shoot his way out of the scoring slump. He is one of the finest shooters in the NBA, as you know. It is 47-36. We prepare to start the final 24 minutes, the battle for the Western Conference title. Chicago controls. Van Leer goes to Chet Walker from the left baseline. He drills in, still another field goal. 16 for the game. Chet Walker's last season as a professional. Butch Beard brings it down for Golden State. Comes in deep. Sloan has him. Now Beard comes the other way. They go to the rookie. He is deadly.
Yeah, he's been very consistent for them in this game, but he's really knocked those shots in from one-on-one situations. Coach Mata talked about that intensity and say he feels that his team can continue the defense, work their plays like he wants it to, they'll win.
7 points. Love was called offense. Richie Powers picked him up on that drive.
Well, Bob had a good idea, but he just runs right over Rick Clifford Ray right here. Bullwinkle was there anyway.
Here's Beard up with the jump shot.
Hey! Off balance shot. Good defense by Sloan, but he still got it in.
Van Leer down on the left side. Charles Johnson watches him. They go to Bullwinkle. Now it is Bob Love up shooting. Down comes Johnson with the rebound. They give it off to Beard. Quickly to Rick Barry. Walker's there. Barry fires. Still not there. Battle underneath. May have been hit last by Wilkes. It was. It'll go to Chicago. Van Leer breaks away. Again, the Golden State pressure, trying to keep the guards from getting in too low. Van Leer has done a good job against Johnson so far in Game 7. Now he moves around to that side, but hold on, says Darrell Garrison. He's got the foul on Johnson.
Yeah, he called Johnson for pushing out that time. You know, you talk about pressure. I don't think Johnson's going to keep Van Leer from jumping where he wants to go with the basketball, but he can make him take up a little time, make it difficult for him to get there.
Love holds the ball. Wilkes watches him. Van Leer drops it into Bullwinkle. Ray has him. Bullwinkle right-handed hook shot out the other side. Well, there were two Warriors there, and they couldn't get it. And Chicago comes up as Love hits it.
You see Jerry Sloan keep that ball alive. That's great determination and great hustle.
Beard on the right side for the Warriors. Walker trying to stay with the rookie Keith Wilkes, who is much quicker. Ray waits for someone to pop out. Now he turns around and faces Bullwinkle. Here is Wilkes against Jerry Sloan.
Hey, they better keep the ball on him as much as possible.
They have pulled back to within 9 points. Now they need some defense. Van Leer bounced to Love. They give to Van Leer deep. Van Leer waits, goes up to Walker. Can't control it. Love is there, puts a move on. Jumps it off to Chet, but hold on, says Richie Powers. 3-second violation.
A good call by Richie there. And we got a timeout. Watch Rick here. He's trying to keep Chet from getting position on right here. He fights over, does a good job, but he goes just a little bit too far. Chet goes back door, but it's a 3-second call.
Do you know what the lowest base sticker priced American small car is? Ford Pinto! And what's America's best-selling small car line? Ford Pinto. You know why? Value. Pinto's low price includes 4-speed transmission, rack and pinion steering, solid-state ignition. And still it's priced less than Vega or Beetle, and $555 less than a VW Rabbit.
Very interesting. I didn't know that.
Ford means value.
A Kentucky Fried Chicken day starts when you see that golden brown crust. You catch that aroma just as someone takes a big mouth-watering bite and you wish you had a taste for yourself.
In this world, there's only one fried chicken that always tastes so finger-licking good. And you gotta say, hey, it's a Kentucky Fried Chicken day. And you gotta say, hey, it's a Kentucky Fried Chicken day.
You know, about a week ago, a youngster by the name of Houston McTeer turned in a 9-flat 100-yard dash. Here is a young man who needs financial support to make our Olympic team. That's what this is all about. He's one of 8 children, the son of a part-time sawmill worker down in Florida. So help us send the Houston McTeers to the Olympics. Send a contribution to that address as Butch Beard brings it down for the Warriors and goes to Barry. Inside Wilkes.
You know, although Rick Barry's having trouble scoring right now, he's a terrific passer. He can really help his team by just passing basketballs for them.
Back to within 7 as the intensity picks up for the Golden State fans. Block against Love. They are turning in a spurt, and it was traveling call. They have turned it over. So the Warriors can pull to within 5. Listen to this crowd. They've come alive in Oakland.
It was a good play that time, and Wilkes, good block. He is some rookie, isn't he?
Magnificent. Johnson and Beard play catch. Beard on the bounce pass to Wilkes. Keith looks down at Walker, wants to go one-on-one, takes him left, loses it. Walker comes out with a basketball. He's got it from Wilkes. Walker on the drive to the hoop. Not there. Barry comes in. Barry and Sloan were battling jump ball.
Yes, Dave, I tell you, little Charlie Johnson really hustled back on defense that time and got in front of Chet and made him miss that basket. Here we're going to watch this steal here. I think Wilkes takes a little too much time. He should have made a definite move. He loses the ball right there. And Johnson really comes on a run. But jump ball.
There they go, tipped by Barry to Beard. Garrettson goes down, tries to get out of the way. Butch Beard brings it up. Puts it to Rick Barry. He can pull the Warriors to within 5 if he can hit this. Still not on his shooting game. Out of bounds, but at last touched by Chicago.
You know, talking to Dick Mott at halftime, Brent, he felt this was going to be a close game. Although he was leading by 11 points at that one time.
Sloan all over Beard, so they go back deep to Johnson. Johnson jump shot.
Yes, he does.
They are alive in Oakland. A 5-point basketball game. Pusher against Van Leer as he brings it across the timeline. Beard waits for Jerry Sloan over on Van Leer's right. They are picking up Van Leer. They're keeping him out of the lane. Bob Love against Wilkes. They drop it off to Bullwinkle. Shot clock goes down to 7. Love with a turnaround.
Yes, sir.
Golden State had scored the last 6 points before Chicago converted. Beard pumps it back down the floor. Again, the Warriors can come within 5. Knocked away by Bullwinkle. Barry is there on the save. Love has him. Barry up firing. In and out. He can't buy a basket. Love is open. Pass and Barry got back on defense.
Like a downfield defensive back knocking that ball away.
Rick Barry had a little bit of a field goal, and he smashed it right up against the side of that one photographer's head down there, but he's all right. Hard-headed, some of those photographers from the Bay Area. Bob Love holds it up now. Sets the inbound pass to Sloan, who's open. Got it, and there was a foul. So a chance for the three-point play. It was Clifford Ray who nailed him as he came inside. A 9-point lead as Sloan steps to that free throw line. Back to 10, and here comes C.J. Goes to Beard over on the right-hand side. Wilkes and Barry the forwards. Ray at the free throw line, sets the pick against Sloan. They pass to Johnson. Barry in low that time. Was fouled as he went for the turnaround. It was Love who was on him. And on Bob Love, his second foul.
That was a good play that time by Rick. They just moved the ball, swung the ball around, and got Rick. Bob Love thought he was going to the other side of the court, but he didn't. He reversed back underneath, and he got a foul out of it. 2 shots.
Here is Rick Barry, who is 2 of 12 shooting field goals, but he's still making free throws.
Well, I guess he's got to make something when you shoot 2 for 12. I think he should start to drive to the basket a lot more myself, but
even missing at the line as Love brings it up with Chicago up 56 to 47. Walker gives it back to Van Leer. He comes in deeper on the right side. Love on the turnaround. Wilkes got a piece of it. Out comes Clifford Ray. Barry is there. Chet Walker is back on defense. Barry will shoot it from the line. Off. Van Leer down. He is still cold. Van Leer up to Love. Back to Chet Walker, tries to get inside. He was fouled as he made his move to the hoop. Darrell Garrettson underneath. Picks up the foul in that situation. He's on Johnson.
That was a great pass this time by Bob Love. He was out of position. He was going, catching the ball in a difficult position when he came down on the court. Got the ball back down to Chet. He gets a foul out of it. I think Chicago's playing real good basketball right now. Playing very good defense. And I think, as we stated earlier, when Rick scores, it seems that the Golden State Warriors do well. When he doesn't score well, they don't do as good.
Bill Bridges has checked in.
The mixer.
So Berry is going to go over and take a rest. He did this once against Seattle. Sat out for 8 minutes when he was cold. That was the series that the Warriors won in 6 games to advance to the finals, and now it is the veteran Jeff Mullins who has replaced Johnson, who leaves with 4 fouls.
I notice that horn is very loud now for those players coming to the game because Van Leer had some troubles with it.
He sees Van Leer coming. He's going right out the back door.
Here comes play number 2.
Butch Beard waits to set it up for the Warriors. Mullins comes out the left baseline. They give it to Keith Wilkes. Wilkes works against Bob Love. Love trying to stay with the rookie. Is he smooth? Won't go this time. Battle underneath it is Bullwinkle and Ray, taken away by Van Leer on the left side. Cross-court pass off of Walker out of bounds.
And I tell you, Clifford Ray just should have almost got a technical foul that time. He screamed at Garrison on that call. But I'm sure the referees know this is a big game of both teams. They let a lot of things go, especially in that department.
Keith Wilkes is high for the Warriors. He scored 17. Here is Bridges. He plays because of his defensive skills. Looks for the pass, and they go to Wilkes. Wilkes trying to go one-on-one. Bullwinkle cut him off. He comes up jumping. He probably should have passed it off. Beard onto the board. Battle back is it fierce under there. Mullins outside. Mullins won't go. Bridges with 2 taps. Bullwinkle on the other side. Passes off to Van Leer. 6:37 for the quarter. Here's Chet Walker. In and out is down comes Bridges. Outlet pass to Clifford Ray. Ray says, come on out here, Tom, but he does it. And so Ray sets up the play at his Beard.
They need some hoops. They're messing around with the ball too long right now. This is bad for them.
Butch Beard takes Sloan to the left baseline, goes back to Bridges. They give him a lot of room. Taken down at the offense by Beard. It goes to Ray, back to Butch. And out, that ball won't go in, and it is knocked out and touched last by Bridges.
And there's Coach Al Adams. He's sort of desperate right now. Things are just not going well for his team. They aren't scoring the basket. They're not getting back good on defense. Chicago is sort of lulling them to sleep. And this is their basketball game. They got to keep things like this going. Coach Mata wants them to do it.
Jojo White for Pro Kids.
Gotta get on up, gotta make a move, gotta get on up. Baby, pick me up.
Yeah, they're spring in. They get me on up there. But what I really like is the protection and the support they give you. Because after you get up there, you've got to come down.
But you let me down. But you let me down easy. Down easy. You let me down easy. Down easy. You let me down.
Hi. What's America's lowest base sticker price compact? Ford Maverick.
Don't forget the provolone.
And Maverick's lower price includes steel-belted radials and lots more.
Salami.
It's traditionally America's best-selling 4-door compact.
More mustard.
The 5-passenger Maverick. Sticker price $231 less than the 4-passenger AMC Pacer. You can get 3 in this back seat.
We didn't know that. Oh, we did.
Ford means value, and your local Ford dealer can show you.
Al Ados continues to juggle his lineup, hoping to find that right combination, keeping fresh players on the court. Rookie guard Phil Smith has checked back into the lineup. He will press Van Leer. Mullins fronts him. They work the double team and try to trap it. Van Leer will bring it up against the rookie. Walker and Love the forwards. Bullwinkle set up deep post. Now he comes out to the line. They give to Bob Love. Out far from the basket. Now he goes into Bullwinkle, and they cut off of him. Sloan comes for the ball, steps inside Ray with the shot, not there. Taken down by Jeff Mullins of the Warriors. Love cut him off so he could not run.
Yeah, Sloan was off balance that time he took that shot, but hey, you know, everything that threw up to us over has been going in. I guess he felt that one might too.
Again, the Warriors not moving the ball quickly enough for Adels. Smith takes the shot at his 9.
Well, that breaks a long dry spell.
Roland Garrett getting ready to check back in for Chicago. Smith is hand guarding Van Leer, who drops it off to Love. He's been on the right and the left-hand sides. Down goes Van Leer. We've got a foul call. And it's against Bridges.
I think that's the second time Bridges has knocked down Van Leer.
Second time he's KO'd him, his first foul. Van Leer eyeballing Bridges just a little bit this time.
But from a distance.
I don't know, Oscar. I'm not so sure that Van Leer would back off from any man alive. He
hey.
might lose a lot.
Brent, come on now.
Listen, he took on an entire police department one night. This guy's not going to back off from one ball player. Rolling hook misses. Wilkes now with a rebound.
You're talking about Bill Bridges now.
Here is Smith. Smith puts a move on. Offense. Smith on the drive. Crowd does not like that call. Rick Barry checks back into the basketball game, and Bridges goes out.
That time Richard counted the players and they heard that horn. That was a great move by Smith then, but he was charging. He ran over somebody underneath the basket.
Van Leer waits and goes to Bob Love. And he cuts off and goes underneath and comes out the right baseline, and there was an offensive foul against Tommy Bullwinkle. And that's his third foul. Mata has preferred to go with Tom Bullwinkle over Nate Thurmond in the 7th game.
And he has really responded with a great basketball game so far, Brent. He's done an outstanding job on the board.
Jeff Mullins waits for Keith Wilkes to come out. Roland Garrett will try Wilkes for a while. Here is Mullins, a good outside shooter. Sloan was on in. So Barry and Wilkes collide. They go inside to Smith, who is posting Van Leer. Bullwinkle pulls down the rebound. Out they come. Lead pass, Roland Garrett, who's got speed. Cut off, and he traveled.
He had it there. I think he had it there. Just got afraid when Rick Barry came over and he lost the ball. Double dribble.
4:23 left in the third quarter. 58-49. Chicago leading. The race for the Western Conference title and the right to play Washington. A total pot of at least 80,000 on the line for these two teams. Breaks down to 6,000, 7,000 a man after you include the trainer. Wilkes up fired.
Well, they should let him shoot all the shots right now because I don't think he's missed very many.
Smith hand guarding Van Leer as they come up. Now they go to Bullwinkle to set their play. Bullwinkle will take the shot outside. In and out. And Love was in on top of Wilkes. Loose ball foul.
Yeah, I think that time Bullwinkle had Jerry Sloan coming around on that pick. Maybe he should have given him the ball, but he was wide open that time.
Again, Golden State can pull to within 5 points if they can convert here. Bill Smith brings it up. He and Mullins have been the guards during this run. Now Rick Barry pops back out. Love is on him. Watching him. Barry is on the drive. Passes off underneath. Got away from Ray. Battles, saves it. Goes to Smith. Smith inside on the penetration. In and out. Bullwinkle, and there was a loose ball foul underneath on Clifford Ray. And on Cliff, that is his 4th foul.
That's going to be in a bonus.
15 foul.
Bullwinkle comes to the line.
You know, you talk so much about fouls in this league for the big guy because his job is to battle those boards and clog up that middle on the defense. And when you get into foul trouble, you just can't do it, Brent. You have to change your game. And here comes George Johnson into the game for Clifford Ray.
So the subplot involving Dick Mata and Clifford Ray is turning in Mata's favor, at least at the moment. It is Mata who gave up on Cliff Ray and sent him to the West Coast in that deal that brought Thurman to Chicago. But Thurman now is on the Bulls bench, and Ray is a starter for Golden State. Jeff Mullins comes up on the attack for the Warriors.
And here comes play number 2 down.
2 down, starts off to Barry. Barry shoots outside. Still not there, but there was a foul. Loose ball underneath. Darryl Garrettson picked it up. It's on Mullins, who is battling Jerry Sloan underneath, and because they earned the penalty, we'll come back up and shoot again.
I'll tell you, Rick Barry's having some bad shooting times right now. I mean, really, he just can't hit anything at all. And then you wonder, is it the defense? Bob Love talked about this defense that he could play on Rick Barry. He said he felt he could do a pretty good job. I think he's done an outstanding job so far.
He hooked to Garrett and not Sloan in that collision under the board, so it is Roland shooting. During practice today, Mata said he had to have some valuable minutes out of Garrett and Gukas. Garrett has played well. So they've got the 2 again. Derek Dickey will be checking in for the Warriors. Barry goes over to Jeff Mullins. Sloan watching him. George Johnson sets the pick. Bullwinkle switches off, and he catches Mullins before he can get to the hoop. Tom watches him, pushes him outside. Mullins rolls a hook, not a high percentage shot for him. Van Leer brings it down on the right side. Now he goes to Roland Garrett. Barry picks him up immediately. There is timeout called by the Chicago Bulls.
That time, about a scream timeout for Garrett to call that one, and he got it. They're playing good basketball now. They're playing their type of game.
Well, every time Golden State closes in, Chicago comes right back with a spurt. And now the Bulls find themselves 10 points ahead.
I guess I'm just crazy about cars. I've been hanging around them for years. And with all the punishment they have to take, a helpful hint couldn't hurt. STP, oil treatment for your car. You add it to the crankcase when your oil is changed and the first time your oil is down. STP helps protect your engine from friction and wear better than oil without STP. Take it from a girl who knows. STP, it helps your oil do a better job.
Now comes Miller time. You blew out that 100-foot candle and saved thousands of barrels of crude. But now it's time for the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life, America's quality beer since 1855.
If you got the time, if you got the time, we've got the beer.
Okay, now you've had a chance to look at the Kawasaki KZ 400 Special. How much do you think this costs?
Oh, between $2,000 and $2,500.
Think smaller.
$1,600.
Try again. Think smaller. Think even smaller.
Probably 1,500 plus.
Think even smaller.
Smaller?
1020, 1030, 1040, 1050, 1060.
Think smaller.
I don't know, but it's a beautiful bike.
Now take a guess. How much do you think it costs?
$2,500.
After shooting 45% in 12 playoff games, Rick Barry has gone to the bench in the 7th and decisive game after he shot only 2 of 14. Chet Walker holding the ball for Chicago. He is working against Derek Dickey. Johnson switches off on Chet. Chet punches one up against him. Loose ball. Johnson picks it up and waits to set the play. The Bulls defense was back. They cut the break off. Smith brings it down on the left side. He and Mullins still operating in that backcourt. Johnson is the center. Dickey and Keith Wilkes. Wilkes with a magnificent performance. His new shot, the right-handed hook shot, goes in. The rookie from UCLA continues to do everything.
Here, the inexperience is really telling on Smith right now because he just got a backcourt foul on Van Leer. You know, that's a deceiving move by Wilkes. That little turn-in hook shot, it looks sort of off it, but he gets it there, and he looks real smooth with it. Look at it again. Here he sets set. Just pause right here, gets him. Chet leans and hooks it right in. Oh, Norman missed his first shot on the line. Now we'll get the bonus.
2:19 to go in the third quarter. Again, a 10-point Chicago lead. Charles Dudley will see his first appearance in this game, number 15, when there's a break in the action. He'll be coming into the backcourt, perhaps for Smith. Picked up that foul. Smith with a fine move was cut off by Love. Good defensive switch by Chicago. Smith out firing on Love.
Yes. That was a great move by Bob Love. He left his man underneath the basket, come out, switch off on Smith. Good team defense.
Smith watching Van Leer, who comes up. Bowinkle pops out to set high. Wait for Walker to come around, but it is Dickey staying with him, and Bowinkle takes the shot. Yellow jerseys at the boards, and it is Wilkes who has yanked down the Warrior rebound. He brings it up. He's done everything for Adams. Holds and goes to George Johnson. In and out, it has been that way all night for the Warriors, but not for Wilkes. This time, he can't hit it. Taken away from Johnson on the rebound. Ball goes to Chicago.
Oh, that time Bowinkle knocked that ball out there.
13,000 fans voted in favor of the Warriors possessing the basketball. The only vote that counts belongs to Richie Powers, and he says it is Chicago. Sloan to Van Leer. It is Dudley who has checked in, and Smith has gone out. So Dudley now will test Van Leer. He is the third guard Al Attles has used on Van Leer. Sloan is open, and it is the penetration.
See that penetration?
Off, just a fraction.
That penetration again by Normie got Sloan open.
Dudley pumps hard to the right side and goes in deep. Wants to go baseline with Van Leer. There is a whistle on the play. We have got the foul call. It is against Norm Van Leer. Checking on Van Leer. It is his 4th foul. A very important statistic. He has to turn in 45 minutes at least in this game. Dudley tries to give it off, comes back out to Jeff Mullen. They go to Dudley. Now it is George Johnson holding it high. It is Mullins who has popped out for the shot. Sloan against the pressure. Walker tries to give him the pick and draw the foul. No whistle. Sloan has it up in the attack court for Chicago. They will slow it down and set up the play. Shot clock moves down.
You know, players don't like picks like that, and what the man should do is yell, pick, so you don't get your head taken off.
Van Leer pops up over the top, cut off well by Dudley, but Walker is open again. Not this time, and it is Dickey who skies on the other side. Mullins brings it down, lead pass Keith Wilkes. Sloan has him on the switch, leaving Walker on Mullins. Dudley inside on Van Leer. It is a tremendous spurt by the Golden State Warriors, and now they are back to within 6.
And Coach Martin is screaming 6 seconds, 5, 4.
Sloan up firing against the clock. They do not have enough time. They will not get off a shot.
And I tell you, these people are really up now. Lou Dudley is really giving them quite a lift. You see this overhead shot of the crowd here tonight.
A standing room only crowd watching the 7th and decisive game of the Western Conference Final. And when we start the final 12 minutes, it'll be 65-59 Chicago.
You see the best in basketball.
Minutes that will decide the winner of the West. Mullins holds it. He's done a fine job in the second half settling this team down. Inside, Dickey can't hit it. He was open. Ball out of bounds, but Sloan touched it last. So Derek Dickey will set up the Golden State play.
They needed that basket that time by Dickey, but he didn't get it.
6-point difference. Jeff Mullins comes up over the top. Sloan battling him. A 4-point game. 13,000 fans roaring their support of the Warriors here in Oakland. Van Leer brings it up. Dudley is holding him up high. Dudley is getting that job done. Here is Garrett now, who is in at forward and playing as we start the 4th quarter. He's working with Love, so Walker is resting. Bullwinkle against Johnson, turnaround. Not there. Keith Wilkes pulls it down. So Wilkes brings it up. They can move to within 2. A tremendous comeback here late in the 3rd quarter. There was a 7-minute span in that quarter when the Bulls did not score a field goal. Sloan tries to draw the foul, and he does. 3rd foul against Jeff Mullins. There are few players in the NBA better at drawing that foul than Jerry Sloan.
I tell you, I don't think he should have called a foul in that situation.
4-point lead. They had Van Leer trapped. He gets out. Dudley works against him. He lets him come across the timeline, and then he tightens up. Hold him high. Make the forwards. Thurman is in the game. Bullwinkle is out, and Garrett with the shot. Off the front of the rim, but Sloan down with an
that
offensive
guy has
board.
been a great man on the boards for Chicago, Jerry Sloan, as he has done all year.
Shot clock has recycled. They have plenty of time. Down toward 12. Van Leer comes inside to Love. They go back out to Van Leer. Sloan. Short. Thurman rebound. They're controlling it. He loses it. Wilkes for the basketball. They can move to within 2 points, and this place will go crazy. Dudley sets it up. Mullins has been a major factor. He has run this offense well. Gives off to Wilkes, and he has been tremendous. Shooting outside. Out. Garrett comes down, and now he's Van Leer. And Rick Barry continues to sit on the bench. He's 2 of 14.
And Keith missed that shot thanks to Nate Thurman, who really got out there on the defense. Didn't block the shot, but may have intimidated him a little bit.
Thurman patiently waits. Shot clock inside of 10. Garrett has popped out. He checks it. It's down to 5. They must hurry. Love must work against the shot clock. Blocked by Wilkes. Great defensive play. Save, but the shot clock had expired when he went to it. So the ball did not touch the rim, and the shot clock went off.
Very watch Wilkes. Good shot, and the shot clock just runs out. I tell you, that Keith Wilkes is some basketball player, and he played for Coach Johnny Wooden at UCLA. Great fundamental teacher there.
And now the man is back. Rick Barry. Will he be able to score here in the final 9:42? Great pass to Mullins. Not there. Thurman hits the boards, and there was a foul. It was offense against Mullins.
Well, I tell you, that's a tough call. Here he's got his momentum going to the basket. The defense is there. But the ref's right on top of that one that time. I didn't get to see that good.
Dudley giving Al Adel some fine play at guard. He's on Van Leer. They go to Garrett. Chet Walker getting ready to check back in. Van Leer up over the top. Penetrates. Down he goes. He was fouled as he came to the hoop. He hit that floor hard. He was fouled by Johnson. And on George Johnson, his third foul.
Man starts on a drive. Yeah, he made contact. Johnson made contact that time.
So Walker is in at forward. He will operate with Love. Nate Thurman, the Chicago center. Van Leer and Sloan, the guards. Rick Barry has checked back in. He and Wilkes operate with George Johnson at center. Jeff Mullins, Dudley were the guards, but now Johnson, Charles Johnson, comes in. So do not be confused. The big Johnson is George. The short one is Charles. We will call him CJ. That's what he's known at around the team. Van Leer up with the free throw. Time left in the game, 9:24. Neither team yet in the penalty. Charles Johnson handles the basketball for Golden State. Here's Rick Barry. Will he try it again? He's got it. Look out.
You notice that time, Rick, where he shot that basketball from. He wasn't way out on the floor. He was in around 15, 18 feet, and he got it there. I think this is where he's got to start shooting the ball from more. If he's making them outside, then shoot them. If you're not, you got to make some adjustments out there.
Thurman with the ball. Chicago with a 4-point lead. Sloan up firing. Off the other side. Yellow jerseys there. Barry brings it up. When the big man gets hot, everyone plays better. Wilkes, magnificent. Not this time. Battle underneath. A loose ball foul, says Darrell Garrettson. And again, it is on number 23. Jeff Mullins picks up that foul. So 5 fouls against Mullins. Phil Smith comes in, and Mullins will go out. He deserves a hand. He played extremely well. The bench a factor in the comeback by Golden State. They trail it by 4. Lots of time. 8:38. And there waits for Walker to pop out. Love tries to come through the baseline. Wilkes with tremendous defense cuts him off. Barry all over Walker. Now they have Love. Wilkes was off his feet. Love came up. Thurman at the board.
He pushed it.
Loose ball foul. Nate Thurman pushed off of Johnson. Not getting the penalty. They will put it in from the side.
I must say, Chicago sort of got into a little slow period right now, and Golden State hadn't made it take advantage of it. They had come down and missed chances to score after some chances. They got to start getting it going here.
Here is Barry again. 2 quick hoops. The golden touch has returned.
Well, Coach might have said this is going to be a tight basketball game, and here it is.
It's a 2-point game right now with 8:03. Walker holds it up. Gives in to Nate Thurman. Sloan wants to cut off, and Smith was there on the D. Now Love comes open. Won't go. Chicago Cole. Walker has an offensive board. Patient. Up. 3-second violation.
And they got a chance to tie this game up, Brent. And Coach Hanover's up right now yelling out a play for them to get.
So the comeback is about to be complete.
And
Charles Johnson controls it. Over on the right side. Barry working against Love. Love trying to stay with him. Barry making a move. He wants it in the worst way to tie this game. Here he comes. Bad shot. Thurman on a block. Johnson underneath. Not there. Loose ball. There's Rick now this time.
Yes, sir!
We're tied in Oakland with 7:23 to go.
It took him a long time to get going, but maybe he's got it going now. We don't know. Have to wait and see.
This crowd will be a major factor. They will fall right behind the Warriors the rest of the way. Here is Love. Wilkes hand checking in. Smith on the double team. Offensive against Bob Love. That is his 4th foul.
I tell you, Chicago seems to come unglued right now.
Dick Mata and Ed Badger looking on from the Chicago sideline. Tom Bullwinkle is going to come back in. May elect to call a timeout here soon and try to settle things down. Wilkes gives off to Barry. Up over the top, Chicago's basketball.
That time, even though Rick took that shot over there, he was open under the basket. But I guess Keith Wilkes couldn't get the ball to him in time for a layup because he was open.
It is Golden State, which has elected to call the timeout here with 6 minutes and 53 seconds on the line. The big money is up for grabs right now, and Rick Barry is back.
Hey, Mom, where's Dad? I don't know. He's half an hour late already.
All units, I have a 1053 in Sector 5.
Charlie 3 responding.
Charlie 3, proceed to Route 6, overpass, probable injuries.
Nancy, you come set the table before your daddy gets home.
What would your family do if one night you didn't come home?
I have an injured and a possible fatal. Request 2 ambulances and a couple of wreckers.
They're on their way.
What would they do if you became the other guy in a car accident?
1098 here.
Make notifications to the families involved.
We at Money, Mutual of New York, know how reluctant some people are to discuss life insurance. But if you'll call a Money representative, we'll help plan your family's future, just in case one night you're the one who doesn't come home.
Mrs. Hayden, your husband's been in an accident. He'll be all right. He was the lucky one.
Mutual of New York, Money for the future.
This is an antiperspirant spray called Sure. It's different. Really. Most antiperspirant sprays go on wet and oily compared to Sure, which goes on dry. And Sure keeps you dry. Prove it under your own 2 arms. Try Sure on your left side, and the spray you like best on your right side. If you're like most people, your left side will convince your right side. You'll be drier. We're sure.
We have talked a lot about Rick Barry's shooting slump, but in the last 13 minutes and 9 seconds, the Chicago Bulls have shot just 1 field goal as Van Leer brings it up on Charles Johnson. Bob Love pops out high. They set the offense. Sloan goes to Bullwinkle. Thomas replaced Thurman. They work the back door to Love, who was fouled as he went up. He'll come to the line for 2 free throws.
Well, that time I think Bridges lost sight of the ball, and you know, in a situation like that where they're going to run backdoor plays, I think it's up to that defensive pivot man to get his hands up so that other offensive pivot man cannot throw a direct pass into him. If he does that, he can't get that pass right down there good.
Neither team is in the penalty. This will be Love's final free throw. For Bridges, his second personal foul. Misses it. They battle. Johnson tipped it.
No, that's a bad call that time. Warwick will knock that one out.
Jerry Sloan will set the play. Now they want Bullwinkle. More height on the inbounds pass. Work against Johnson. It goes to Love. Here's Bullwinkle inside. Waits for someone to cut off. It is Chet out at the top of the circle. Barry is with him. They go now to Jerry Sloan. Smith was on him. Sloan battles it back to Bullwinkle. Great tip, and it is Bridges who clears it out. Here is Johnson working against Walker. Van Leer is there. Johnson with a shot. Chet Walker with the rebound.
Down the court. Oh!
He's all alone.
Yes, he was.
A 3-point Chicago lead with 6:05 to go. The Western Conference title at stake. The finals begin Sunday on CBS. Washington awaits the winner. Barry puts a move picked by Johnson. Barry goes to Bridges. They come back. Bridges wants Barry to use him and shoot it.
He does. That's a smart play by Bridges. And even though Bridges was open, he knew Rick Barry's a better shot, even though he has not been shooting well early in this ball game.
Rick Barry has come off the bench and scored 4 field goals in the 4th quarter. Van Leer goes to Walker. Chicago sitting on a 1-point lead. Shot clock moves down toward 5 seconds. Van Leer passes it out of bounds. Golden State can take the lead.
I think that ball was deflected out of bounds, but they give it over to Golden State.
Smith goes to Charlie Johnson, and Johnson will set the play up on that side. George Johnson has gone at center because Clifford Reyes had foul problems. Barry swings right, goes to Phil Smith, the rookie from San Francisco. He's tied up by Bullwinkle. He waits. Shot clock moves down towards 7. It is C.J. with the ball. Van Leer has him. C.J. dribbling. Not much time. With 1 second, he misses, and Walker has the board.
No, they're taking some bad shots. In situations like that, you got 5 minutes to go. Take your time to get a good play.
Van Leer is bleeding from the right elbow. He has been cut during one of his many spills, and now he puts blood on C.J.'s uniform.
Yes, he does.
Like a boxer might do. Bullwinkle holds it in his right hand. Shot clock to 5. Tom must hurry. 3 seconds on the play. We're traveling.
You know, I think the Golden State defense is starting to really overplay now on those corners. They made it tough to get the ball in, make passes.
The Warriors can move ahead as Smith pops down toward the left baseline. Fires out with that speed. Overhead.
And the Warriors go ahead by 1 point.
It is team speed. Bill Smith dropped that basket home, and this crowd went wild. 4:25 for the game. Van Leer holding it up. Chicago had dominated throughout till they went cold in the third. Walker came into George Johnson, and Johnson was called for the foul. And on Johnson,
Here again,
that is his fourth foul.
This play just experience against the inexperience. Chet being the experienced player, he got up, was not a good shot because Johnson was there. All he had to do was go straight up in there. He may have blocked the shot, but he didn't, and so Chet's going to get on the line for 2.
Oh, Keith Wilkes is going to check back into the game, and Bridges will take a break. And listen to the applause for the Rookie of the Year as Bridges leaves.
I know one thing, but these coaches are really into this game themselves. They up almost every time their team comes down their end of the floor to call out some play.
Blood is smeared all across the front of CJ's jersey as he passes off to Wilkes. Here is Rick Berry. Berry a little too far out. Goes to Wilkes with the pass. Shot clock to 7. Turnaround. Oh, Johnson couldn't hit it on the rebound. Van Leer puts a move on CJ and gets it into the attack court.
That's a good try. Looks good when it goes in, but when you're tied up, I think he should have caught that ball, then going back up with it real strong.
Now Van Leer waits. Shot clock goes down towards 7 seconds of a tie game. Western Conference title at stake. Bullwinkle cross-court love.
And the Bayou Beam.
So he had disappeared for some time, and he comes back, and look at Smith. Brings it right down against the man, hits it. It is the work of a couple of rookies. Wilkes and Smith have been magnificent here.
And we have 3:18 left in this ball game.
Van Leer has it down against CJ. Too far out in the left corner. And is tied again. Bullwinkle with the basketball. Johnson against him. Chet Walker. Taken away by CJ. Van Leer is back. Here's Wilkes. Wilkes to the hoop.
Chicago wants a timeout to talk this situation over. Because Golden State has really come on in this ball game, Brad, I tell you. What a turnaround.
Bill Smith, number 20, sits down. Rick Berry, who's back in the game. A sensational splurge by the Golden State Warriors. 2:55 to go, and they lead it.
Take a look at Vic. Where? What's he saying? Got you the best name in the...
and $14.97. Save $4 at Sears Men's Store and in the catalog.
The news makes Ford Pinto look better than ever. Pinto is now sticker-priced $555 under VW's Rabbit. That'll buy 1,000 gallons of lead-free gasoline at 55 cents a gallon.
I didn't know that.
Say you drive 12,000 miles a year. Based on EPA highway average mileages, it'd take nearly 7 years before a standard 4-cylinder Pinto loses its initial price advantage to Rabbit.
Very interesting.
Ford means value. See your local Ford dealer.
2:55 left. The title is on the line. Smith and Johnson will apply the backcourt pressure. Sloan and Van Leer bring it up against it. Van Leer comes down the left sideline against CJ. They need a field goal here to tie it. Bob Love holds the ball now, goes to Jerry Sloan. They rule to Walker with that patient attack of theirs. Berry is watching him. Chet comes down toward the right side. Berry has him. Turnaround, Walker in and out, and Love underneath. Blocked by George Johnson. Wilkes has the ball. Phil Smith brings it up. Berry wants it. Adles says move it. Smith now brings Berry behind him and gives him the ball. That's not exactly the way it's supposed to work, but Berry wanted it. Hey, got it.
You see that shot there.
4-point lead. Van Leer up shooting.
Yeah, that little guy's tough.
Back to within 2. Smith doing what Adles wants. Keep running against Chicago right now. He figures they're older and more tired. Down the baseline, and Bullwinkle ties him up underneath. Loose ball. Jerry Sloan picks it up.
You know, he could have bounced that ball right to Johnson for a dunk, I do believe. But, you know, it's tough out there to make decisions that fast. He's a rookie. He'll learn.
Chicago can tie the game with a field goal. Van Leer up. Johnson was there. Van Leer down. No foul. Pick up Smith. Smith brings it down. Goes to Berry. Berry on Sloan. Berry's got it.
What a play by Smith that time. What a play by that rookie young man. He goes down before he gets an offensive foul. Then he comes back and makes a great play.
And Dick Motta has called a timeout as Rick Berry goes over and congratulates Smith. Al Adams meets Keith Wilkes as they come off the floor. They have a 4-point lead. They have 1:34 to go for the Western Conference title. An incredible comeback. Rick Berry, after a horrendous first half, came off that bench in the fourth quarter and has been devastated. But the work of the two rookies has been magnificent. And speaking of rookie Keith Wilkes, he is more than just a basketball player. Last night, Oscar, we saw that movie he's coming out in. Cornbread, Earl, and Me. He did a pretty good job.
Yes, I think he did too for his first time. I think it was very good indeed. But more than a movie, he's playing some basketball game right here today. There's Coach Al Adams, who ranked very high for the coach of the year. Has done a great job. He lost a lot of basketball players. Traded Nate Thurman. Let's see if we can get a listen to see what he says here.
Set a screen. You go down and set a second screen. This is you, CJ. This is Phil. You got the ball. You go over, Rick's turn, double screen there. Let's go.
Shooting statistic in the fourth quarter which tells the story. Rick Berry has hit 6 of 8 shots after starting out only 2 of 14. An emotional binge in Oakland. The Warriors are back. You couldn't give tickets away for this franchise when this season started. Now it's the hottest property in San Francisco and Oakland. But Chicago trailing by 4.
And Golden State's in their next foul will be a bonus situation. They got to be careful of that situation.
Van Leer trying to get inside. George Johnson was there helping C.J. They're keeping him out of the lane. Walker to Love. Knocked away by George Johnson. A tremendous job by George Wilkes. Addles didn't like that pass.
I know Coach Addles didn't want him to make that pass in, but I think that was a gutty pass there.
All right, 1:09 for the game. Love up shooting from the side. Bullwinkle battling. It is Phil Smith, and now it is Bullwinkle, and there is a foul. It is on Tom Bullwinkle.
There's a great move that time by Smith. You know, I talked to assistant coach Joe Roberts. He said he'd been trying to get him to rebound more, and he's doing it now.
4 fouls on Bullwinkle. 79-75. 1:03. It is a 4-point Warrior lead. Wilkes comes down to help out in the backcourt. Phil Smith brings it up on the attack. A poised rookie. Jerry Sloan waits for him. George Johnson goes back. Smith says, I don't want to pick out that
they got to work it down.
The shot clock down.
They're going to run it down for one shot here.
47 for the game, 6 on the shot clock. They wheel to Berry. Pass to George Johnson.
What a play that time. What a great play that time by Rick Berry.
And it is Dick Motta who wants a timeout. They worked a magnificent play.
I'll tell you one thing. He had an open shot, but he found George Johnson wide open, and he knocked it right in. What a comeback by the Golden State Warriors. Here, watch this play again. Time is running out. Gets the ball to Rick, and watch this pass right here. Hey, great pass. Great layup. And I tell you, we got 41 seconds to go. Golden State's leading by 6 points. Chicago's got to go and get into all-over pressure situation. They got to get the ball back and get it back in a hurry.
I don't think there's much excuse for the Chicago offense scoring only 1 field goal in 13 minutes when you've got a couple of forwards like Love and Walker. Somehow, some way, that team had to get them some shots, and they did not. The Warriors came out and took their scores away. They took it right to them. Chicago has no one to blame but itself. They had the game in hand, and they have let it slip away. And now they must battle for their lives. This is a franchise that does not face a great future. It is an older team. They needed this championship. It will be much tougher for them next year if they let it slide away now with 41 seconds. The Warriors, on the other hand, one of the most promising young teams in the NBA, they could have something started with a title. Walker must hold on. There is a foul called by Richie Powers on the throw, and it's against Rick Berry, who was throwing off against Chet Walker when he tried to come out. And, of course, they are in the penalty. So we'll come to the line, and Berry had grabbed Van Leer as he came out the other side.
Yes, I think he should have, even though he was pushed that time by Van Leer, made a foolish foul. I hope it doesn't hurt this team, but you never know.
Back to within 5 points. Been hit here, and they are within 2 field goals. Now they need the turnover. Timeout has been called, so they'll get court position at half court with the ball.
That's true, but I tell you, all they have to do now is play position basketball. And no matter what happens now, both teams in the bonus. Chicago's got to go out. They got to attack. They got to make sure they try to steal its inbound pass if they can. On the other hand, Golden State's got to keep them from getting it. I think Golden State has played a great second half. Rick has really come out and done an outstanding job. Not only when he didn't score well, he's passing so great.
4 down.
Let's listen to Bimata.
Got to get it done. What's the foul situation? Both teams in penalty. Both teams in penalty. Nothing silly. Try to intercept if you can. There's going to be 2 possessions. Go for the steal. Yes. He did something wrong.
Very tough to pick up Dick Motta because of the crowd here in the Oakland Coliseum Arena. 13,000 fans showed up for this, and there were at least another 13,000 who called Oscar Robertson asking for tickets earlier today.
But I could not help them at all.
I noticed you were handing out a lot of those CBS badges, though, those blue ones that get you into the arena.
I got a pocket full of them.
You and Sonny Hill have friends all across the country.
We just love everybody, Brent.
40 seconds for the game. 81-77, and it is Phil Smith who will take the ball. Darryl Garrettson will pick out the spot. Sloan is on him. Chicago must go for the ball. The Warriors will try to run the game clock and the shot clock down. Rick Berry takes the inbound.
You know what?
Love is there. Both teams in the penalty. It can't be a stupid foul at this point.
He's just going to hold the ball here and wait. The time's almost out.
Smith got away from him. He almost clogged it up. You can't bring a man to the dribbler in this situation. So Berry brings the shot clock to 5. Adams has the offense in front of him. Berry up firing. Down comes Walker. 7 to 8 seconds. Across the timeline. Past the Bullwinkle on the move.
George Johnson.
George Johnson.
Look, George Johnson has really come in and filled in well for Cliff and Ray. It looks like now Golden State will be in the finals.
11 seconds to go. Time ticking away. 4-point lead. Walker up firing. Batted away. The Warriors have it. It is over in Oakland.
Yeah, that's it.
A backcourt foul, and there is not enough time.
That's
the Golden State Warriors have staged an incredible comeback here in Oakland.
You see a frustrated Norman Van Leer out there that played a great basketball game, but I'll tell you, Golden State kept the pressure, and it finally paid off. Chicago's offense played great in the first half, slipped quite a bit in the second half, and you see what happened right now. They're down 4 points with 4 seconds to go, and Rick Berry's on the line.
It has been a franchise which simply has refused to quit. From the beginning of the season until now, Golden State did not know when it was whipped, and consequently they have not.
That's all over.
So it will be Golden State and Washington for the big money. Chicago calls the timeout. The look of dejection written across their faces as they file over to the bench. You are looking at the Chicago Bulls as presently put together for the last time. This franchise will not come back with the same personnel next year. It is almost certain that the great Chet Walker is playing in his final game in the National Basketball Association. Also, it is true that Dick Motta and Norm Van Leer have not seen eye to eye for much of the season. It is possible that they will work out a trade. One does not know. Chicago does not have a first-round draft choice. It has been a long, hard final 12 minutes for Dick Motta and the Chicago Bulls, who came to the brink and could not get over.
You know, it just goes to show you, Brad, you know, what determination means for you. You know, you talked about Chicago's having a lot of problems. Yes, they are. But on the other hand, this Golden State team, they're enjoying this right now. They came back from almost a desperate situation against a great basketball team, a very disciplined basketball team. But they fought on the defense. And finally, Rick Barry started to open up a little bit on the offense, and look where they are right now. They got the game won. It's all over for Chicago.
So Rick Barry goes to the finals, along with the Golden State Warriors.
It's all over now.
Watching the clock tick it down. Its final 2 seconds. And it is
That's it.
The ball, it is over. Look at this crowd in Oakland. They are going wild.
Yeah.
They are mobbing their Warriors.
Yes, they are. It's a great game, but it's all over now.
Jeff Mullins filing through 83-79. The final score. Derek Dickey leads the Warriors toward the locker room. Keith Wilkes is right there. Here comes Dick D'Olivo. So it is Golden State who will be matched against Washington in the finals. You'll see Game 1 Sunday on CBS. Kevin Porter, number 10, who did such a magnificent job against the Boston Celtics in that 6th game. He will be quarterbacking the Bullets. You'll be seeing Elvin Hayes, Phil Chenier, who works in the backcourt along with Porter. Wesley Unseld will be there too. What will the Warriors do against Elvin Hayes? How will they try to stop him? On the other hand, what will the Bullets use against Rick Barry, the man who was 2 for 14, but came back off the bench and hit at a torrid pace down the stretch to lead his team into the finals? You'll find out the answers as to who is the best team in the NBA starting Sunday on CBS. This is Brent Musburger for Oscar Robertson and Sonny Hill, saying goodbye from the Oakland Coliseum, where the final score is Golden State 83, Chicago 79.
See how the ball's gonna bounce today. Welcome to NBA. Come on, enjoy the rest of the crowd. There's another house in the world.
NBA playoffs, sponsored by Mutual of New York, money for the future. Holiday Inn, the most accommodating people in the world. And by Ford and your local Ford dealer. The closer you look, the better we look. NBA Playoffs is a presentation of CBS Sports. Programs normally presented will return next week at their regularly scheduled time.